Hello, YouTube. Bash is here. Recording you from a league that has been going on for a while, but I just haven't recorded for it yet. It's playoffs, and I'm playing Teddy, who's the creator of the league. It should be an excellent battle. My team is Clefable, Zygarde 50%, Darmanitan, Roserade, Mesprit, Alolan Persian, Mega Lopunny, Zapdos, Blastoise, Registeel, and Mismagius, with my Z Crystal users being Alolan Persian and Mismagius. Teddy's team consists of Latios, Gyarados, Jolteon, Ninetales, the regular form, Beware, Rampardos, Mega Gardevoir, Ninjask, Bisharp, Delamise, and Gastrodon. We played earlier this season, and I won, but it was pretty close. Gyarados could have swept me, but if I hadn't gotten that Toxic off with the Zygarde 50%. So this should be an interesting game. So, to begin the match, I did not predict the Beware to come. I kind of figured that Delamise would come based off of the fact that I Toxic Spiked Hazard stacked him last time, and I knew Ninetales would come because of his great matchup. But based off his team setting, I kind of figured there had to be one Scarf Pokemon, and I was probably thinking it was Latios from the beginning. I just had to confirm it before. I just had to confirm it. So let's start with the match. So I lead off with our Darmanitan. He leads off with Delamise, and I'm thinking, well, there's no way he's staying in here. I have Flare Blitz. It would absolutely destroy him. Get rid of his hazard removal, and he just doesn't want that probably. So I'm gonna click U-turn for momentum. Obviously, he brings in his Gyarados, and he intimidates a Darmanitan damage. And based off of that damage, I could tell he's very physically defensive. So I bring my Clefable, which is my check for Gyarados. As he does that, I know that if he doesn't set up the Dragon Dance, he's gonna have to switch out. So I'm predicting to switch out. So I click Toxic. So my my Clefable is very physically defensive to handle a lot of its physical threats, and even Latios, because it's really covered. It's what it's gonna run is probably a Dragon type move and Psyshock probably, and maybe two other coverage moves. So its main way of hitting my Clefable is probably Psyshock. So if I run its physically defensive, it can't really touch it. So predicting the Fire Blast, which hits a lot of my team, to be honest, I switch into Darmanitan, trying to put some pressure on. And it so here I'm stuck with a tough decision. I know his last switching was into Gyarados, and I wanted to go for the Earthquake, but I had Stone Edge, so I mean, I didn't want. The only problem was I didn't want to miss. So, well, I decided to go with Stone Edge because obviously it was gonna hit it. It was gonna be like better. It hits most of his team better, other than Beware. To be honest, Earthquake doesn't really hit much other than Jolteon and Ninetales. So immediately after I hit the Stone Edge, obviously knows that I'm Scarfed now, and he brings in his Beware because. So I was really going to switch into Clefable, but I remember that Clefable has to deal with two of his main threats, Latios and Gyarados, and honestly, I don't think he's gonna go for a fighting move. I thought he was gonna go for like return, like choice band of return. So I switched into my Registeel, and he tries to pull in a double, try to catch my Clefable in on Delamise. Now my Registeel is very specially defensive to handle like Jolteon and Latios and other mons like that. And he clicks Power Whip on my Registeel, and I'm a little like questioning it, like why didn't he go for a Ghost type move? And then I see how much it does. It's definitely banded, and I'm a little shocked that he ran banded Delamise. I mean, how is he gonna spin away all of his like all the toxic spikes or the stealth rocks I'm gonna put out? So so I click toxic on the Delamise and just to wear it down for later on, and he switches out into Jolteon. Maybe predicting like I don't know, Hammer Arm. I have no idea. I set up my Stealth Rocks to get that chip damage. Then he clicks Thunderbolt, and the way this is like the way I calc this, I thought he was Choice Specs after this. So I switch into my Zygarde, thinking it's Choice Specs getting the initiative because he can't hit it. But it turns out I'm pretty sure based off the calculation, I'm guessing he's Zaplete. But it doesn't matter because Zygarde is just a beast anyway. It just clicks Extreme Speed and there goes Jolteon. Gyarados comes in to try to get an Intimidate off. So, but then, thinking I'm going to switch because Ice Fang does a decent amount and I don't do that much, I'm thinking. And he probably wasn't like expecting that I would hit him really hard other than like maybe 1,000 arrows, but I guess he was predicting maybe the Clefable again. But I just stay in and I click Outrage and it basically two shots this. Not wanting to let it go though. He switches it out again. I don't know why to get another Intimidate drop, get another Stealth Rock damage, which it's just racking up on the Gyarados now. Plus Outrage. He's practically dead. He's like practically fainted. I mean, Zygarde almost took this out, but I'm confused. The worst time to get confused, because literally now Gyarados could set up on me, and I hit myself in confusion, and I hit myself in confusion again, and he one shots me with Ice Fang. Luckily, my leading season killer for this team, Megalopony, could come in and just revenge this, the fake out. Obviously, the crit didn't matter, but he goes into Latios. Now I'm thinking this is Scarf. So I decided to switch out, predicting the Scarf, and I switched out into Clefable because I had a feeling he was going to click Psyshock. And with my Fizz Def Clefable, I'm able to handle it just fine. Then I tried to make it double because I thought he was gonna switch out to Delamise or something else, and he clicked Psyshock again. I don't know why, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just over predicting, I guess. And right here is where it comes down to where I need to confirm the Scarf because my Darmanitan Scarf and as we will see, Latios is also his Latios Scarf. So that means I'm confident enough to go into Conflatable and click Moonblast. Now to make sure that I have enough HP because this thing takes down Beware as well. I click Moonlight and try to kind of stall it out. Plus, you got a special attack drop too, so that like kind of helps a lot too. I'm just gonna heal up just till I get like around here, just so I can handle Beware. I click Moonblast and I pick up the kill. Okay, so he goes out to Delamise, and I'm thinking I gotta switch because Fable's main answer for Beware, because Beware with this ability Fluffy, Megalopony cannot put a dent in that thing. It's ridiculous. So I switch out into Rose Raid, sort of sacking off. Thinking if I live, I can get up T Spike, which could wear down the Beware as well, because this thing's dying in 2 turns anyway. So he clicks Anchor Shot, and I live on 4%, which is pretty amazing. And I set up my layer of T Spike just so I could like beat the Beware without like I could stall out the Beware. And I know stalling isn't that much fun, but sometimes you gotta do you gotta do what you gotta do to win because it's playoffs. So don't I don't know why he clicked Ice Punch. He could have clicked Return Harem. I guess like if he clicked Return, he couldn't hit Registeel. But if he clicked the fighting move, he couldn't hit Clefable. I don't know. But I two shot him with Moonblast, and it's basically over. Dragonslayer coming up with pretty huge in this game, to be honest. So that is the game, and we're moving on to the semifinals. It's either between, I believe, it's between Ryan and Easy Bake Oven, which both of them are replacements, so I've never actually played them before, but hopefully we could win that game and go to the finals. All right, I'll, I'll see you next week. Bash out.